Thank you, Joy to Joey. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I know now that your room is slightly more filled with methane. When I'm in desperate need of fetid air, I'll be sure to come to you. I don't really have any, topic for today, which is a bit of a problem. You might notice that I'm even bolder than usual, aka I don't have any headphones on. It's just too fucking warm. It's just too hot. Too hot and it's too gaming. If the chat box widget is supposed to be visible on stream, I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it disappears after a while. Which probably isn't good for my self-esteem, but I'm sure when I'm editing the VOD back, because the goal is now to try to churn out garbage on the second channel. Because I'm not committed to this, but there is a chance that I want to make a video by the end of the year about kind of the lies that surround, not lies, that implies like a level of malice, which, you know, just isn't there. More like naivety that surrounded early YouTube, where it was like, holy fuck, this is going to be a whole new vector for like creativity. And it turns out to be a whole new vector for Jimmy Beast to profit off of ad revenue. And me, I wouldn't for a single second doubt that I'm not, but you know. Just for the engagement TM. It's true. If you can type on screen, you're more likely to type like Pepe hands or whatever the fuck. What are the kids on Twitch typing anymore? In my head, it's still like Clint Stevens chat 24/7. It's Clint Stevens chat +2, and that's about it. That's all I'm familiar with. I'm unfamiliar with any other kind of game. Are we talking Amnesia: The Dark Descent Let's Plays YouTube Young? No, I mean more like Smosh, Food Battles, Fred, that kind of young. I'm talking inception of mass popularity. I forgot about Fred. I mean, why would you remember Fred? There's now like 700 of them on like TikTok. So like you wouldn't need to remember the originator. Who remembers the I was gonna try and remember the person who made the original version of Mad World, but much like Fred himself, he has been forgotten. That's the one thing that I do kind of wish Guilty Gear had. I kind of do and I don't. I wish there was proper hit the button, you find a guy matchmaking, as opposed to room matchmaking. And I like room matchmaking, but also, if I'm inclined to believe my playtime on Street Fighter 6, which is a game I don't like, just hitting me with the press the button, find a match meta 100% keeps me in. What am I drinking? Coffee. I'm having a coffee at about 5 PM because I was supposed to do video editing stuff today, and I did. Well, at least I tried to. But it's just one of those days where your brain is just logged off. And so nothing actually gets done. So it's time to drink my daily piss now instead. I do like playing... Okay, I don't like... But there is a certain comfort in playing people that are 200 ping. Because it doesn't matter if I win or lose, I can go, yeah, but the rollback was abysmal. Like, there's no way that I can play that. Best entry-level fighting game, in my opinion. Are we talking gameplay-wise, or like actual, you're gonna go and recommend this friend to a game right now? Because, like, realistically speaking, I think Third Strike is much more approachable than people make it out to be. If Third Strike had, like, Street Fighter 6 levels of players, it would be considered, like, way too easy to get into. If we're talking modern day, then probably, like, Tekken something? Tekken 8? Not because Tekken 8 is easy, don't get me wrong, but because there's so many people playing it, and there's so many different skill levels of people playing it, and there's so much to learn, that you always have, like, something that you could... you'll very quickly run into something that you'll learn. You know, Them's Fighting Herds has a pretty good tutorial. I mean, I think that going... Maybe this is me being, like, the equivalent of fighting game anti-woke. But saying, like, oh, a game has a good tutorial in the current day and age, I don't think is what makes a fighting game approachable or, like, good for beginners. Because even if you have the best tutorial in the world, a Them's Fighting Herds combo is still, like... what, like 10 inputs long? And also, it's a game that moves incredibly fast and has a lot of shit going on. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you need to understand before you're having fun. Street Fighter and Tekken is like, you press the button good. and you're having a good time. That's not to say that, like, I don't want games like Them's Fighting Herds to exist. Absolutely not. I just think that it's a bit, not naive, that sounds like I'm being a dickhead about it, but maybe a bit misunderstood to say that a game with a good tutorial that is conceptually ridiculous is a good beginner fighting game. Still a good game though, or at least it was the last time that I checked. I heard that Them's Fighting Herds got a patch right towards the end of its lifespan that basically like shit all over everything that it had, which was a very niche fighting game that appealed to about 100 people. And so to hear that it went to shit is kind of, it's not great. Because if you have a community of 100 people, and the first thing that you hear for the first time in 2 years is, it's gone to shit, you'll never try it. Not to be like, oh, we should all be positive and sunshine and rainbows about all of the games that we like, but it is it's bad optics, you know? That's why when I'm like, oh fuck, I really can't be bothered with Guilty Gear, I just kind of like stop playing it, because there's no reason to like keep playing it and get like fucked off about like, oh, I fucking hate how strong Invite Hell is, and it's like, oh, you get 7 guys going, just lab it, and it's like, they're right, but I just want to complain. Let me be. That was Tekken for a solid month. What do you mean by that was Tekken for a solid month? You mean the complaining? I'll give that to you. Tekken, here's the thing. With Tekken, it's hard to tell if everyone is like a molder for no reason, or they're molding with a legitimate interest. Because, okay, Tekken 7, in the final year, everyone was a complainer. Every single person that played that game was a complainer. And in retrospect, I can tell you, everyone was bitch made, including myself, including Ed. It was a little bit silly, but a little bit silly in a game that is, what, like 7 years old? That's perfectly acceptable. In fact, that should be embraced for the goofy shit that it is. But when it came to Tekken 7 Season... not Tekken 7 Season 2. Tekken 8 Season 2, people were mad for genuine reasons, like... They were out in the streets rioting with purpose. But because there's like column A, column B, people that are there to just bitch and moan because it's the only fighting game that they're playing, and people that are there to bitch and moan because it's like, this is the game that I love, it's hard to distinguish one from the other. And that's not me saying, oh, nobody should complain ever. I understand how that like sounds by itself. It's more me saying, if you're bitch made, please shut the fuck up. I swear to God. The big issue with Tekken 8 is not enough legacy characters. Like, where the fuck is Tekken's most iconic character, Negan from The Walking Dead? Yet again, an SNK employee is in my chat. I love your YouTube videos, especially the top tiers video. I have a horrible, horrible news for you. I don't think I'm, in terms of main channel, I don't think I'm ever going to make another fighting game video ever again. I just constantly think about having to engage with online fighting game players specifically. And this includes me. I'm starting to rant, but be well aware that I'm completely certain of the optics. And I'm this person on the other end of a receiving telephone. Fighting game players online are the most insufferable fucking morons you'll ever deal with. Because they will just assume that you haven't considered Scrimblow Bimblow fighting game from 1995. And on the one hand, this is true. I haven't heard of the game. Secondly, the game isn't that important. And 3, very, very frequently, if you've made a YouTube video about a concept, you've probably heard of it, and you've probably gone, why would I bring that up? Nobody else is going to know what the fuck I'm talking about. And so I'm just going to skip over it. Fucking hell. The amount of, like, times that... This is content creator trauma dumping. The amount of times that you'll make a video, find out a thing, and go, there's no reason for me to bring that up, it's just going to bog it down. And then you get, like, 20 comments from the most insufferable commenters that are like, actually, it's unbearable. You want to know why nobody puts in any effort into fighting game content? It's because that's a lie. A lot of people do, but I don't know, I've got to end the rant somehow. Anyway, up next, here's my cosplay of Tucker Carlson, by the way. So basically a Power Instinct video soon, let's go. Absolutely not. The problem is you make a video and it crystallizes your permanent opinion into consciousness. You say Raven is OP in 2015, and a decade later they go, what the fuck, arsehole, Raven sucks now. I mean, have you seen Peter play? It's just simply not true. If being bald in public became illegal, what hat would you wear? Bold of you to assume that I'm seen in public. But I mean, unironically, a beanie. But I mean, it's just a beanie. Day. I feel like anyone can rock a beanie. There's a certain level of age in which you can rock a baseball cap. I think I'm probably coming to that age. But if you're like 20 and you're rocking a baseball cap, it's kind of like the casual dress version of wearing a suit. It just doesn't look right because you're too young for it. The beanie is universal tech. It's true. Oh, I wish I had universal water right now. Oh, universal coffee. I definitely have like huge ego problems because every single time I'm playing against someone who's beating me and I'm playing a secondary, my brain immediately thinks if I was playing my main, you'd be getting fucking stupid right now. And the reality is I'm fucking ass against Baiken, irrespective of the character that I'm playing. And so, in my mind's eye, in my truly clairvoyant state, I can go, I'd be getting fucking locked anyway. But right here, right now, I'm thinking, should've went mid. I think everyone does that on their secondary. I raise my fingers. Daigo doesn't. If you read Daigo's book. I've been playing Melee lately, and I think, like, the only thing that I want to bring over from my Melee skill set into this game is just picking up on air habits. In terms of, like, how do you want to get out of this combo? Because in Melee, the moment that you're like, okay, if this guy escapes the combo with a jump every single time, you ruin them. You pick up on one habit and they're dead. If I could pick up on the way that you choose to tech perfectly, clairvoyantly, I would take it in a heartbeat. Because if you decide to go tech down every single time, I'm hitting you with a 4-way mix-up. If you decide to tech in the air every single time, I'm going for that air grab. I could do so much more. As a wise man once said, there's still so much more Xrd to play. I think that was Pat, and if it wasn't, it was me. And if it was me, then the wisest man said it. The only habits I'm picking up is my drinking problem. Okay, brother. I mean, it's better to put it somewhere than nowhere, but I think you could put it somewhere that isn't Twitch chat. Then again, I'm not a therapist, you do you. Where's my evil Ryu function in Street Fighter 6? They really did, like, just cook up with evil Ryu. It's unfortunately, like, easy to say that, like, an evil version of the protagonist is like GOAT character design, because it means that we kind of don't end up with more evil characters, because people don't want to take, like, the low-hanging fruit. Just take the low-hanging fruit. I'll put on a bald cap and I'll become, like, evil Leon, you know? And you'd all like evil Leon more than regular Leon. Street Fighter peaked with with Street Fighter 4 evil Ryu. I just don't know about it. Does anyone else kind of feel like Street Fighter 4 is a game that is talked about by people that kind of just didn't play enough Street Fighter 4? The reason that I say that is because every single time I go back to Street Fighter 4, it's infinitely worse than I remember. And I don't mean like, oh, it's a little bit ass. I'm like, oh, this game kind of fucking blows. You've got armor all over the place because of focus attack. You've got combos that feel like shit because they're all links and they kind of feel like gross. You get execution barriered out the butthole. Other than that, I can't really tell you what, like, happens because I also haven't played enough Street Fighter 4 to properly comment on it, but every time I load it up, I'm like, this is just not a bit of me. Yeah, look at my big belly. Look at my big belly. Comedians left and right, it's true. Big bellies, forwards and back, and in every other direction as well, because it's so big. I'm not playing. I am putting the headphones on, fuck it. Chat, how do we feel about $80 games? I'm taking the headphones off. Chat, how do we feel about $80 games? I said that I wouldn't do this last stream because I didn't have a formed opinion, or more specifically, an informed opinion. But I've decided that I like my informed opinion, actually. It's a scam. I'm so poor, very bad. I hope the video game industry crashes yet again. $80 for Xrd is wild. I'm not saying, guys, how do you feel about $80 games? I personally want to go to Daisuke Ishiwatara and fucking up the price of Xrd. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just thinking that the more that I think about it, the more I'm like, I kind of fuck with $80 games. Not because I don't fuck with paying 80 quid for a game, but I'm fucking with the idea that, like, I hate basically every single game that has come out of AAA industry for, like, I don't know, maybe like 7 years. And so for me, this is based because it just means that there's more money going to indies. But not like literally. I'm not saying that there's like more funding that will go to to indies. I'm saying that if there are more people... It sounds like I want people to be poor. Let me get to the end of my point. If there's more people that aren't willing to buy AAA games, those people aren't going to just go, well, fuck video games in general. They're more likely to move towards, like, middle market games like Rematch Pog, Football mentioned. They're more likely to move to middle market games, or they'll get fucked by Johnny. Or they're more likely to go towards indies. There is a chance, now, I'm very aware that there is a chance that people stop buying, like, the newest Call of Duty and instead migrate to putting even more money into Fortnite. But for every, like, 50-50 of Epic Games making $1 million more off of crunching their employees, like, 10 more developers might be able to sell like, Scrimblow Bimblow, the 3D platformer inspired by the Nintendo 64. And personally, that's a trade-off I'm willing to take. 10 more copies of Scrimblow Bimblow out there in the world? We love that. Also, why think of $80 when $100 is at the doorstep? Now you're thinking like a businessman. Yes! Leon, if he wasn't written by VisiPop. What the fuck does this mean? I can't tell if this is like, you're extremely online or I'm extremely offline. Which I think is more an indication that I don't know people in real life. But I'll take it with the good that I've imagined it to be, rather than the sad reality that it probably is. Half and half, that's fair. Finally, the nuance has entered the call. You fucker. You're gonna cancel, not now. What? My risk! No! Oh. You're pilled too much on a specific part of the internet. I don't think I am. Because yesterday, and this is rubbish if you're here, I'm trauma dumping. I'm gonna get you cancelled. Well, I'm not gonna get you cancelled. But Rubbish sent me a message the other day, and I sent him a message back. I can't remember what the conversation was exactly. But it was like my YouTube homepage, where it was just a bunch of Kitchen Nightmares clips. And they said, like, that is, like, the biggest red flag I've ever seen. And I kind of, in a state of cowardice, agreed with them. But can I be honest? I kind of fucking love Kitchen Nightmares. It's not good for the soul. I'm not saying that, like, this is a moral good that I'm doing here. It's absolutely not. It's television that exploits people that are in need. However, I do love Gordon Slot. It's really good. Because he's just so mad at fucking nothing. As someone who worked 3 years in food, citation in McDonald's, I can tell you that, like, half the shit that you see in Kitchen Nightmares is like, that's perfectly fine. IML777, stop talking about 7777. Stop talking about frame data in my damn chat. Come on now. Get on the Kitchen Ramses. Kitchen Ramses? Get on the Gordon Ramsay hype train. Read the room. The bitches are... You're scaring the bitches. Scaring the hoes. Oh, now I'm scaring the hoes. Fuck. I do think that there is a market in the future for people who think that they are the GOAT at video games, like, just taking someone from Scrub Quotes and taking, like, a pro to their house and having them, like, try to level up. Because there's so many people that think they're hot shit that just, you know... It's not that they couldn't be, it's that they're just so insanely salty that they can't see 4 foot in front of the red carpet that somebody's putting in front of them. They're a raging bull, is what I'm trying to get across with this bizarre analogy. How do you feel about Bedman and Strive? I'll be completely honest, no, I have no idea. There's many situations in which I'll say I have no idea because I don't want to answer the question. This is one of those scenarios where I know that they made them different. I couldn't tell you a single thing about how. Bedman isn't in the bed. That's about the extent of the knowledge that I have. This raven is foul, asmongoldian, what the hell? Why would you do the raven like that? There's no need. You can call them a pig rolling around in their little shit, they're so filthy, but don't call them asmongoldian. That's fucked. I see the complimentary. I see the complimentary. If I said, damn, you're so, like, uncouth that you're Hitlerian, that wouldn't be, and I put a complimentary at the end, it wouldn't be a compliment, would it? It's not how that works. You can't just say, like, name of a horrible person, but positive? Yeah, he's giving Jack the Ripper. He's very slay. Like, you're so Stalin. Wow. Don't type twirls hair at the end of your chat message. I can't... What the fuck? If disgusting can be complimentary, I don't see why more disgusting word can't also be complimentary. This is true. However, I don't know, I'm trying to work my way towards a bit off of your sentence, and I don't think I have one. I'm so sorry to say it. My friend gets mad at me when I play Raven. Your friend is right, to be fair. Like, this isn't me trying to disrespect Raven players, because it's not. Like, every Raven player who's, like, you know, good, mogs me in real life. You know, they're more buff than me, they have more hair than me, etc, etc. But when you're losing to a Raven, you kind of can always see what they're doing, you just don't do the right thing. And I understand that you could... Man explains fighting games poorly. But compared to, like, let's say, like, a Amelia. If you get left-righted by Amelia, you didn't see it coming. Raven, it almost always feels like you know exactly what has happened, and you saw it coming, and yet for some reason just... it never lined up. The vision... and your ability just didn't comply with one another. Also, the fact that they have the dash, not the dash, the stance, and the stance is so quick to cancel, that is like a fighting game hate crime. Raven isn't unlockable in the game. Tournament organizers should keep the lock. So true. I don't know why this has like made me think this, but I was thinking I kind of wanted to learn Dizzy, and as a funny bit to exclusively myself, I was thinking, what if I didn't actually learn anything about Dizzy, and instead just asked Twitch chat exclusively to give me advice on how to play the character? And the whole concept is trying to learn the character through Twitch chat without the use of anyone actually useful. Like, if you know the character, you're not allowed to type. Then I would have to keep a track of who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about in the chat and then ignore them. Although then again, I don't know anything about the character, and so I wouldn't be able to. And so everyone would be equally as stupid in my eyes. Make it a series? Now you're thinking like a YouTuber. You're the next Mr. Beast. Although, unfortunately, you're Mr. Beast in a fighting game sense, and so you get like 20 views a video. But you're a real hustler and a real grinder. In 2 years' time, you'll be selling your anti-vax book. What's Gutex doing now? I actually know. Oh, dude, back on Street Fighter 4. The one thing that I remember about Street Fighter 4 unequivocally being based, Excellent Adventures. Excellent Adventures when it was just Gutex and Mike Ross. It was Street Fighter 4. Holy shit. When they had Bobby Scar on that shit. Ooh. I'm not saying that that's like the turning point in the fighting game timeline where I got into fighting games, because it's not. But I think that like accelerated it by at least like a year. Thoughts on Street Fighter 5? I mean, okay. This is how you know that I'm actually just sheeple. I'll tell you that Street Fighter 5 was dog shit. I didn't play Street Fighter 5. I have like 40 hours in that game at most. And I think it's like... I might have played like an hour a month at one point. And that's about it. Like, it's one of those games where I just kind of go with the herd because I'm too afraid to be considered contrarian to the point of liking Street Fighter 5. And I understand that, like, that's kind of maybe coming around now, where people are like, no, Street Fighter 5 was good, actually, because Street Fighter 6 is bad. And then when Street Fighter 7 comes out, they'll be like, no, Street Fighter 6 was good, because, you know, Street Fighter 7 is bad, you know, how it goes. The common opinion that I saw was that the final season of Street Fighter 5 was that they eventually made it a fun game. I mean, I guess. I feel like if you have to wait till the final season of a game for it to finally be fun, you need to learn what it is to play different games. You need to pick up Guilty Gear Xrd and go, I love never having any other patches because it means that my game is going to be perfect forever. And it is perfect. Jacko and all. Street Fighter 5 got me to play Guilty Gear. That game was so bad on launch. The thing that I remember about the launch mostly isn't even like Street Fighter 5 itself. It's more Angry Joe being mad at a lack of a single player. And me at the time having watched enough Excellent Adventures to not care about the story mode, going, he's bitch made, he's a scrub. I'd wash him. Meanwhile, I'm struggling to throw out DP motions, you know? Non-FGC people getting mad at content they're not going to play. It's true. I don't... And I understand that there's probably a lot of you in chat right now. I don't get playing fighting games as single-player games. It's just dog shit. Like, all fighting games in my head are like, I need the other person to be a real person. Otherwise, why would I care? It would be like if they made like a multiplayer, like, Dark Souls. I wouldn't give a shit because I care about You know, like, there is a specific point of interest in the whole game. I don't really, like... What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that you, a viewer, are very stupid, and I, a streamer, am very smart. And that's based? Question mark? Can I get a true? Can I get a you're so right? Speaking of streaming, I think that putting chat on stream might have been the best idea that I've ever had, which admittedly isn't my idea. It's that I was watching Clint Stevens yesterday and going, why don't I have chat on stream? It makes everyone 4 times more talkative. It's fucking crazy. Maybe, like, in parties, and I understand that this is, like, a foreign concept to you because you're watching a Guilty Gear streamer, so you haven't been to parties, but maybe in, like, parties, we should just give everyone, like, megaphones so that everyone can hear them all the time. And maybe that will make, like, people, me, in parentheses, more talkative. I think that'd be fucking based. A +2 from a first-time chatter. That's how you know that I'm fucking ripping the good shit. Let's go. First-time chatter, call everyone else in the chat bitch made. Chat, do you ever reckon that we'll ever truly stop feeling a sense of loneliness in the universe? Anyway, now watch this drive. Oh, you fucker! I was watching your drive. Oh, landing mix-ups just to feel something. Me when I'm in my manic-depressive phase of playing fighting games. It happens. Does anyone here know Leon? Statement said right before going, does anyone know his address? I've met Captain, the person who I'm playing in the moment. I've met Captain at tournament. Although, I don't know, do you consider the people that you've met at a fighting game tournament acquaintances, or just people that you've met at a tournament? Because I used to be like, oh yeah, that's the homie, whenever I'd just seen someone at an event. Maybe that was a bit more of it's an indication of where I was at in my life. But I used to be like, yeah, that's the fucking homie now. But now I'm like, that's just a dude. That's just someone I know. You know, or I've seen. Melee or Lethal League, they're the homies. Now that is true. I've actually, now that I say this, I have only met Hi once, and it was at, wait, no, was it only once? We met at Fate, but did we see each other at another tournament? But that's a situation where I've seen someone once and I'm like, that's the homie. If Hi came out, like, tomorrow and was like, by the way, I'm a piece of shit, I'd be like, really? I would have never guessed. Even though I haven't had enough interactions to realistically gauge the quality of your person. That's not me assuming that you are a bad person. Hold on a minute. I just realized that the multiple vectors of interpretation there. I'm not saying that you are a piece of shit. I'm just saying you could be a piece of shit. And I wouldn't know. You passed the vibe QTE. Leon is my BFF. I saw him from a live stream. Do you guys know about, like, the weather girls in Japan that have, like, stalkers? Not stalkers, that's maybe a bit unfair. There's, like, weather girls in Japan who manage to, like, attract an audience that is normally reserved for, like, idols. I'm not saying that men need to go outside more, because I'm sure there's plenty of men that do. But these men need to go outside. That doesn't surprise me. I'm not saying it should, but it did for me. It's like, how do you fall in love with the weather girl? She talks about clouds, and not in like a fun way. It's like, this one rains, this one doesn't. Like, there's not a personal relationship. I don't get it. A streamer, I don't agree with it, but I can get it. I can understand finding a parasocial element in a streamer because they have to talk for, I mean, if they're any good. They have to try and, like, speak for 7 hours straight. But a weather girl says the same, like, 4 things for 2 minutes. How do you fall for that? I don't know. Maybe this is me, like, judging other people's social issues, but I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know, people are weird. You see the same smiling person every day and they assume friend. Hold. On this topic, when you go to work and you have the people that you see at work, and you don't go out with them, like, you don't go out to the pub afterwards to work, probably because you're not in Europe, but let's not talk about statistics. Do you still consider them your friend? Because I think that this might be very revealing, at least to me, of where I was at in my life. Because when I was working at McDonald's, if I saw someone every single day, that was the homie. Like, that was my friend. But then the moment that I went to Pets at Home, which was like a pet store, I kind of realized I don't like these people. I just know these people a lot. You know? No, that's just a dude at work. Okay, maybe I've just revealed more about where I was at in 2019 as opposed to the social state of the world. We've got to have some meaningful conversations before I start calling you the homie. I mean, we can... I don't know. There's definitely homies that I've got who have not had, like, meaningful conversations. It's more just like, hey, do you want to play Repo? You know? But I play Repo with them every day. How could they not be a homie? I always knew that Max was a piece of shit when they killed me in Repo and said that the big clown goblin did it. Anyway, maybe I'm not the best person to pick apart what's socially standard and what's not, as I'm revealing myself to slowly be, if not full of social ignorance, full of social stupidity. I only consider them a friend if they can beat me at a fighting game. I've known this guy for years. He can't beat me at Marvel 3. That's no friend of mine. Thankfully, my Doom goes absolutely standard, and so you probably get mobbed by me. Why'd I burst there? Here's a tip for chat. If you're about to lose a round in Xrd, don't burst. There's no point. Unless you are like one hit away from ending the round, just do not burst. Because what are you going to do? You're going to win the round, and you're not going to have burst for the next round, or you're going to lose the round, and you're still not going to have burst. It's like, just hold the L. Are you teaching kindergarten? I mean, you're saying, are you teaching kindergartners? I'm 28 and I'm still doing it. I think I've just realized that I'm incompetent when it comes to this game. Because I just had the thought, can I jump cancel? I can. I just had the thought, can I jump cancel off of a block? Even though I just did it, I can't even tell you if that's true. The dementia is hitting hard today. Truly like watching Joe Biden in his prime. 28 goes crazy. Holy fuck. If this is 28, I'm terrified of 60. Fuck me. I briefly turned into a minion from the movie Minions. Leon, my goat, has watched the Minions. No, I simply worked at McDonald's when Minions was popular, and the people that worked there who had kids, they relayed almost all of Minions to me. It's like I can see myself in that dome head of yours. I'm having a personal crisis here. I'm playing Guilty Gear for the 1000th hour, and I'm going, fuck, I'm washed. Stop talking about my big bald head. And it is big. Okay, I need to get like an actual win, because I was just thinking, oh, it's kind of getting really hot. I don't think I can stream for that long. And now I'm like, if I end the stream now, it's going to look like I'm finishing the stream because I'm salty. I can't let that happen. Not because it's not true, but because people will assume that I'm salty and therefore hate Guilty Gear. When that's simply not true. I love this game. Man who hates his video game. Yeah, I love this game. League of Legends player, example. He's crashing out. Going to break my monitor, I swear. You know how bad I need to piss? And I can't piss because I'm losing. And so I have to win in order to leave so that I can piss. This game's for all the piss. It's okay to quit on a loss. That's just not true. I've never heard that from a single piece of poker advice in my life. Not that I could play poker anyway. Have I already said this? I feel like I have. I was thinking I should set up a TikTok account that's like a... You know, there's like the TikTok financial advice grifters that are like, you need to fucking think about making $2,000 a day in order to be a millionaire this year. And if you aren't doing that, it's because you're lazy. I was thinking of trying to become a TikTok influencer, but just with really, like, moderate goals. If you work, like, 40 hours a week on minimum wage, make that, like, a yearly goal, and then just do, like, daily updates on making, like, minimum wage, just to try and, like, even out the scales, because all the financial advice, like, TikTok shit must make people feel awful about their financial situation. If you could just make just TikTok advice, but the advice is just like, be a normal guy, not only do I think you could do like a social good, I think that's like a vector to be like a secret billionaire. And then obviously you would have to lie about the stats, and you would actually be making $2,000 a day, and you would be a millionaire. And so you would be on that grind set. And so everyone else was actually lazy. And actually, all of my success and every success I've ever had is because of my hard work as opposed to luck and circumstance. Me? Grussling, hindset, dividends, equity market. Genius. Financial advice for the day. Choose a cheaper soju roll. Here's a second piece of financial advice. Don't buy the soju. Just buy Carlsberg. You just need to get the alcohol in your bloodstream. Anyway, follow for more drink talk. I don't know. Don't let those fools at financial advice talk ruin your life. Just follow drink talk all day. And remember, drink, baby, drink. Peep this big ball. Peep this. Oh, fuck, you'd have more bar than I thought you did. I thought that was checkmate. I was BMing, but that's not the point. It's a huge day to be Leon Massey. Also known as every day. Because every day is an opportunity. So long as you hustle and grind, you and your dividends could go foolish. It's a Lincoln build type stream. Well, it's more like a Lincoln destroy, but you know. Bike and fart sniffer, thank you for your contribution to the stream. However, this kind of degeneracy, that requires like a fine of at least 5 Twitch gifted. Give me 10 gifted. Give me 20. You know what? It's a corrupt system. Fuck it. It's 5 for the state and 5 for my pocket. Oh no, I'm too far away. Okay, I need to piss. Give me a minute. Okay. My main goal right now is to push out a kidney stone. And then my second goal is to beat Captain. To stream a rage quits at Game Hungry Johnny. I've just realized I'm gaming. I forgot what type of streamer I was. Anyone read Inherit the Stars? Fuck, nobody reads here. Shit. Be topical. Come on. Fuck. Thoughts on Iran, Israel? Wait, no, I don't want to do that. No. Yeah, you should be the political FGC streamer. Okay. I don't think I need to do that. Like, for as much as I'm not, you know, I'm not against the idea of, like, a political streamer, I'm taking my political opinions mostly from streamers. I don't think we need to put the circle jerk on that hard. You know what I'm saying? Leon Wokesy, it's true. They call me the head of the BH&P. Blue-headed, the bold-headed pronouns, not the blue-headed pronouns. I give that blue head, for real, for real. What do you mean, Leon, we aren't talking about Thatcher Door for 3 hours on preview streams? Ah, shit. I'm gonna win at least one more game off of Captain. And then I will bounce, because it's getting too fucking warm. I had to stream without the headphones on because it was already so hot. And the idea that I will have to stream or want to stream for another hour is simply foolish. What are your thoughts on Julius Caesar and how he's radicalizing the youth with his woke politics? Woke stoicism. What's the temperature over there? I don't know, it's like 20 something. But it's more the fact that I'm like talking for like an hour straight that is breaking my brain. I'm actually just gaming. I'm not even in the banter dimension. They called me Bold Northern Lion. And here I am being bold ninja? I don't know. NL if he was Korean. What does that mean? I'm definitely not Korean. Next stream, Leon does a DNA test. No, don't think I do. It's insane how many cool stages there are in this game and how cool the world building is in GG, I say before picking Japan again. I do wonder what it's like to be a fighting game developer and see like all of your hard work, especially like environmental design, and see like all of your hard work disappear to the grid yet again. This is my last game. It's getting too damn hot and I'm too damn washed. I also think I know the objective for the next stream, which might be tomorrow. Maybe not, now that I think about it, because I think I have a lot to do tomorrow. Okay, I'm definitely not streaming tomorrow, but the day after? Maybe? Okay, fair enough. GG's. We hit him with the thanks for the games. We hit him with the you're pretty good. We hit him with the GG's and a smile at the end. So this is the plan for next stream. What I want to hit next time Next time, we hit him with one of these, although I can't remember how to hit it. How does it work again? Next time we're hitting one of those. Okay, but for now, it's explosions. And by explosions, I mean I'm leaving. Okay, bye-bye.